It's foam. Slurs are hard. Do I have to learn them? I mean, can't I just play like this for the rest of my life? It's so much easier. Wait, what? You made this video to help me? Okay, I'll give it a try. Thanks. Hello, everybody. I'm here to help practice slurs with you. So, to review, a slur is simply connecting two or more notes in the same bow direction. So, if I were to start on the D string, a minimum I could play two notes in one bow like this. So that is a two-note slur. If I wanted to play more than two notes, I just keep adding notes, but continuing to play the same bow direction. So, or, as many as I would like. Now the trick to slurs is coordinating your bow direction and bow speed with how fast your fingers are moving. So I'm going to take you through a couple exercises to help you get more accustomed to that. When you're slurring notes together, it's very important that each note is given an equal amount of bow. So if I'm playing two notes in a bow, I want each of those notes to take up the same length of bow. So I have and within that. Or if I'm playing more notes, I'm dividing the length of my bow into equal sections for how many notes that I need. We want to avoid this, so not or. I mean, not only do those not sound really great, they're not using the full length of bow, and they're not dividing the notes evenly between the amount of bow you have to use. So, we're going to practice some scales next. Yay! So, as you can hear in the background, we have the metronome going, and I've set it to 90. So if you're looking to practice with your metronome at home, set your metronome to 90. And we're going to start by playing a D major scale with two notes per bow. Now, let's make sure, for clarity's sake, that we repeat the top D so that all of the notes going up are linked with the same pitches going down. So I'll do a demonstration here, and then I'll do it again for you to practice along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next scale we're going to do is putting three notes in a bow. And watch me do it the first time so you can see what notes are going in what bow. This time we will not repeat the top note. So for this first time, just watch what I'm doing. Try to see if you can fit together in your mind which notes are slurred together and which notes are not. So I'm going to give myself a count off. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that together. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Good job! Next we're going to be fitting four notes in a bow. Now the more notes you add to a bow, the slower overall the speed of the bow has to move. You only have a finite length of bow to work with, so if you're fitting more notes in, the only way you can do that successfully is by altering the speed of the bow. So you can use a faster bow for fewer notes, but the more notes you add, overall the speed of the bow will be slower. So just observe. Here's me doing two notes in a bow. Here's me doing 3. And here's me doing 4. So hopefully by this point you notice that the 4-note slur is much slower than the 2-note slur and the 3-note slur. So keep that in mind as we practice a 4-note slur together. All right, here's me playing the D major scale with 4 notes and a bow. I will go back to playing the top D 2 times, and then after you've watched me do it once, we can do it together. Okay, here's me first. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, ready to do it with me? Remember, we are repeating the top D. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. So this next exercise is going to deal with using different types of rhythms within the same bow. For example, slurring a half note to a quarter note, or a quarter note to a half note. So, as you watch me demonstrate this, keep in mind that the change of the length of my rhythm is going to affect the length of the bow that I use. Now, the next rhythm that I'm going to do is I'm going to slur a half note to a quarter note. So we're in 3/4 time signature when that happens, and this is what it looks like. So if I were to count off with you, and I were counting throughout this whole exercise, it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So, if you were noticing, my bow stayed the same speed the entire time. I wasn't speeding up my bow for the quarter note or slowing it down for the half note, which is very important to keep a consistent tone. Now let's try it together. Okay, instruments in playing position. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If you want to practice half notes and quarter notes without the slurs, here's an opportunity to do so. So I'm going to take that same D major scale, I'm alternating, D would be a half note, E would be a quarter note, F sharp would be a half note, G would be a quarter note, and so on. This time you can experiment with different speeds of bow. If you want to keep your bow in the same place on the string, half note bows need to be roughly twice as slow as the quarter note bow. So it's going to look like this. I'll demonstrate just on open D. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So if you study my bow speed, you'll see that the half note bow, I'm using the same amount for the quarter note, but slowing down the speed on the half note and quickening on the quarter note. I'll show you one more time, just on open D. 1, 2, 3. So if I were to play the scale in this way, I could do it one of two ways. I could do... Now in this case, I'm playing each note twice. Once as a half note, and then as a quarter note. So you could do the scale that way if you wanted, or you could do it alternating the notes, and that would look like this. Okay, so I'll do two versions of that scale. The first time I'll do the doubled notes, so D, D, E, E, and so on. And the second time I'll do alternating, D, E, F, G, and so on. Okay, so here's the doubled notes. You ready to play? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now this time, I'm going to take away doubling the notes and change pitch on each quarter note. So it'll sound like this. Got it? All right, let's do it together. You ready to play? 1, 2, 3. All right. Good job.
Gee, Miss Fo, thanks for making this video. I get slurs so much now. Look, I can play the whole scale in one bow. Look.